the next lane. Seen this love before, really on some sketchy shit. If it don't go down well, I might never.
Welcome to the Expressive podcast. So today we have on the line one of my day one friends, Dre Cost, who you did hear who did make our intro song, and say what's up.
Yeah, I made that song back in the summer. It's off my EP, The Cost of Love, and yeah, no, I'm excited to be here for your first guest because we obviously like did we both been starting our own thing, doing our own thing, and being friends since we were kids has shown me that we both actually had very similar interests, and I'm glad that we can collab with each other. Your podcast talking about my music, it's really sick.
It is pretty sick. Like this was we both sorting you. We were going into the entertainment business in some way. Well, for me it was a bit blurry. For me, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but for you, as a kid, you always knew you wanted to get into the entertainment business, whether it was music, acting, and I know you did have a little small stunt there with acting. Want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Well, first I'll talk about how I got into it actually. So, yeah, when we were kids, I just wanted to get in front of anybody I could to perform. I would perform at weddings. I would literally, anybody would be coming over for dinner, and I'd have to have their eyes on me. And like, I'd perform anything. I'd perform like Justin Bieber. That was my go-to. And like, everybody knew since I was a kid that singing music, that was my thing. So it was just obvious that when I got older and I was able to take on that path professionally, that I was going to do it.
That's actually funny because you still do have videos of yourself as a child singing Justin Bieber songs, don't you? Yep, you would even do it at our school
Ah,
Christmas things, the Christmas
yeah,
shows.
yeah.
Yep.
In elementary, yeah.
You were always the star.
Wild times.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll talk about the acting right now. So Um, I used to do commercials when I was a kid, and I like acting was more of just like a thing I like to do on the side. I always like music was always the first thing. Um, but yeah, so I did a commercial for a mattress company. I did a one big commercial for a mattress company, and it was like I filmed like 10 hours on set. Like the amount of producers, amount of everything was nuts, and it was just berserk. But it made me some good cash though. I definitely spent it on a couple of video games as a kid.
Yeah. You were always into video games too though. Like what were the games you always
Yeah.
played? You always played those shitty games that I always hated. It was like the superhero
How
games.
the how the fuck are you? How are you gonna say that? How are you gonna say that? Like I just like open world games, okay? Like top franchises, okay? Uncharted, the Batman games, okay? Assassin's
Uncharted went
Creed,
hard. Uncharted went hard.
Assassin's Creed, The Last of Us, like all those Red Dead Redemption, GTA, and then like I play the sports games, but like I was never into like COD or anything. So
I've always been into COD and FIFA, as you know. FIFA pisses me off.
yeah, everyone always asks me if I want to play like first person shooters. I have to have like a story. I have to have like a goal. Like if I'm just playing a prestige, like it for me it doesn't make sense. But I mean, it makes sense, but it's just not for me.
Well, I guess that's also a part of your come up, your gaming experiences, because I know that that has taught you to like open up your mind to certain things. Because especially when I was playing Uncharted, I could not finish certain levels because I just couldn't find the finishing touch to some of the levels. And I
You
know
mean
when
like
it
the
comes,
puzzles?
pardon,
The puzzles?
the puzzles, oh, those were horrible. And I know that's something that you were always good at. So I guess when it comes to making music, I guess that must have helped you in some way.
I guess so because you have to be creative, right?
Yeah.
In your thinking, and with the acting, with everything like that, and even like my backup plan if for school. Like I have to be super creative. I'm going into marketing uh, as my backup plan. So that's all about being creative, coming up with brand ideas and all that. So I'm just a super creative person. And even talking to like any of my teachers and any adults in my life, they're like, you are not going to be sitting at a desk just doing nonsense work. Like you're gonna be doing something in your life that it has to be creative, and you have to be like using your own ideas into it. You know what I mean?
Yep. We
So like music, video games, acting, that all lets me go crazy.
But like even in our younger years, we had some pretty good teachers that like let us be ourselves. Like, were you in my grade 1-2 class?
Mr. Orte, yeah.
Yeah, Miss Duarte. She helped us a lot. Like, she really helped me.
Yeah, I still talk to her every once in a while actually.
I do too. I say happy birthday to her every year because we do share the same birthday.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out
All
to you,
right.
Miss
Well,
Duarte, if you ever listen to this or find this.
I'm gonna actually get her to watch this. I'm gonna get my mom to send her this.
Oh Lord, but we just
Mm.
cursed in it. Oh no.
You know what? I'll send
We're
her a
older
warning.
now.
Anyways, we kind of went away from the acting a little quick. Let me jump back to that. Um, sorry, I'm taking over a little bit, but I just want to go back to it
No,
because
go
we
ahead.
kind of like went from acting to video games really quick. But yeah, like now, like when I went into high school, I didn't go to the high school that all my friends went to. I went to an art school because I wanted to go into the drama program, right?
Hmm.
And also they did musical theater, so it was a win-win, you know. And I thought the music class would have been, well, it is exactly what I thought. They're learning sheet music that I really don't care for, because you have no creative ability in that class. You literally, the teacher picks your songs, you got to read it and sing with the choir. At least in drama, I could express my creative ability in characters and shit. But like honestly, I really don't like that class. I really want to drop out of that class. I wish I really don't like it. But don't let Mr. Thomas hear that.
Make sure he does not hear that.
He's probably gonna see this, because one of the kids in this class is gonna see this.
Oh Lord, that'll
Anyways,
be a mess
anyways,
if he
but
sees
yeah, no,
this.
I I'm yeah, I guess I'm technically a theater kid, right?
Yeah, I mean, you always took interest in those things, honestly. Like, you're always the stunt performer, and you were really back and forth with wanting to get into music from a young age and acting, because I don't think you had your foot stepped into music at first, did you? Like, you always liked to sing, but were honestly back and forth when it came to acting in music.
Well, because I didn't have a way into music like I did acting. Because now, I have I learned how to make music. I have I have an engineer. I have all these people around me. I just got a manager, and like I like music is way harder in my opinion to get into, because there's so much in the music. Like acting, you can go to auditions, you have all you got to do is be that person and just act.
Yeah.
Okay? Like you're not the director, you're not, when you're doing music, especially when you start, you have to do everything. You have to learn everything that comes with it. So I guess I just thought acting would have been easier to get into at first.
Sometimes the grind pays off. Like,
Definitely pays off, yeah.
100%. So, I also wanted to talk about us, like how we first met. Like, we met when? Let's talk about this. Come on. We have to
When
take a
did
step
we meet?
back, further back
When did we
before.
meet?
We met before school, but we ended up going to the same school because we were somewhat in the same area.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it started off with your grandma and my mom.
yeah.
Yeah, so they used to work together as hairstylists, and that's where we first met. Look at us. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the little
Ah,
picture.
it's not focusing.
Lower your brightness. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the little picture of us as kids. We did everything together when we were young. We got our hair dyed together.
Yeah, in first grade, so we went to the salon after school because they worked at the same salon, and yeah, we did our little fronts blonde.
Yeah, the patch. It was just a
Yeah,
patch. It was nothing special. It wasn't even
yeah.
frosted
I'll
tips. It
look.
was just a patch.
Yeah, I'll look for the picture right now, but I actually have a picture of me performing Justin Bieber as a kid, like I said, with that hair dyed. So I'm gonna look through that for that right now.
While
Um,
he looks for that, I just want to say this. Me and Dre, we always sort of talk. but we never had a solid friendship after we hit like I'd say grade 3 because he did end up moving away. And I do want to talk
Grade
about
5.
grade 5. He did end up moving away after grade 5. I did bite him and hurt him. There's the picture, the goat, the
Yeah,
young
and
goat.
bro. Okay, I'll tell this story right now. Let me tell this right now, okay?
Go ahead.
Bro, third grade. Third grade. We're playing soccer. I don't know what. I don't remember the exact details. Maybe we beat him. Maybe I was talking trash. Maybe I was doing something. This guy comes up to me and bites me on my neck. What? What are you doing?
And I never got into too much shit because of it.
That's some BS.
What
This is
happened?
how
I got
I didn't
a
get the call.
I got a blue
I
paper.
didn't get the call. The refs were garbage. I didn't get the call.
Mr.
I
D
didn't get the call.
Dimitio had my back from that moment. I knew he was a real one from that moment.
Bro, I saw that principal in the office every single day because when I was in kindergarten and when I was in first grade, I did karate. I did taekwondo, and I was the most aggressive kid. I don't know if you remember me and this kid Zachary. We'd be
Oh
doing like fake
Lord.
WWE and I'd be putting him in like leg locks and shit
Mm-hmm. You
at recess.
That was another game you played all the time, WWE. I don't understand how you got into that, but you
Oh,
were always into it.
that was that was the biggest phase of my life. It was wrestling.
You also had a
Oh my
1D
god.
phase.
Oh, One Direction. First was
Mm-hmm.
my Justin Bieber phase. That's how I got into music. That's how I started singing. I had two discs, CDs of Justin Bieber's first two albums, and I would play them on repeat in the car. I remember I'd be like, "Vó," which is grandma in Portuguese. I say, "Vó, uh, press. I want to hear number 3," and then it would be like, "You Smile" off Justin Bieber's the My World 2.0
Yeah,
album,
I
whatever.
had I had that
And I would
album
like to
too.
hear maybe, or I'd like to hear like one less lonely. I'ma be one less lonely.
Yo,
Or
chill.
I'ma be one less lonely. Yeah.
You're actually a clown. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah,
Yeah.
we had an interesting come up together because we sort of were always friends, but we did get cut off a lot because once you moved schools and your grandma stopped working at that one place, I forgot its name and I don't care to remember it honestly. Yeah. Um we sort of stopped talking for a while and we always stayed in contact, but like I had your number one day, the next day I didn't, and then the shit like that kept happening. We used to go to barbecues together at your house. It was like an
I
old
believe so.
house though. Like it's not the same one you're living in now.
No, no. But no, yeah, because I remember you came one time to the house I'm living at that I'm still at. You came with a dog or something.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the most
Uh,
recent times I came over.
that was years ago, man.
I
Uh,
know.
it's like 3 years ago. And then I remember our my grandma and your mom started working at a salon together,
Mm-hmm.
next to Caledonia Bakery, right next to JJP, and we would go play soccer every single day, almost, or not every single day. You would be lazy and stay home, but like once in a while you'd come to the salon and we'd chill.
It's because I'm still lazy. I want to play games all day. Like I have like two CPTs due at midnight and we're recording this at 11 p.m.
Don't expose yourself.
It's okay. They're easy. They're easy. I'll get them done after
I
midnight.
have I have two CPTs too for next week.
Okay. Should we start off about how me and you got in touch when it came to your music? Because we sort of stopped talking for like a year or two after your grandma and my mom stopped working at that one salon.
Yeah, we did. We did.
So
You want to explain it?
yeah, I'll
Or
explain it. So I saw that Dre was doing music and I was like, okay. His cover arts are okay, but it wasn't the best. I didn't really like them. They weren't my style. And then I
yeah,
hit him
they're
up. I was
ugly.
like, yo, if you ever need anything, let me know. And what came around? It was around Valentine's Day last year, was it?
What was the first
The
cover
way
art we
she.
did? Oh God.
That's an old song.
Yes,
We've almost
it's
been
an old
working for a
song.
year together.
Yeah, and then the most recent was Novocaine. Novocaine was hard. I like Novocaine a lot.
Novocaine did go hard. That was a sick cover art. But like we first made a cover art using that photo. It was supposed to be a SoundCloud it was supposed to be a SoundCloud only video or
Oh,
song.
SoundCloud exclusive.
Yeah, SoundCloud exclusive song. I don't even know if he released that song. I forgot what it was called.
Okay, I think I remember it, but no, I never dropped that. No, it
And
was a it was a I think it was a pop punk
yeah, it
record though
was.
too.
I never even heard the song, that one.
Yes, you did. I sent it to you.
That one, no. I heard Novocaine and I forgot the other ones beforehand, but I don't know if I listened to that's the SoundCloud
I think I
exclusive
made
one.
it right. I think I made it right before Novocaine.
You did because that's when I made the cover art for you.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I did not like that cover art that I first made using that photo. The second one went hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here, let's start off. Let's take it back a bit because we sort of skipped a few years. Let's take it back a bit. What's the best advice you've ever you best fuck? What was the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I ever received. Don't let anybody plan your future for you.
And who'd you hear that
That
from?
was I've heard it. I've heard it around. I've heard it from a couple people. I don't. I wouldn't. A couple teachers probably, but I really encourage that to everybody. Don't let people decide your future, and especially your parents. Like I don't want to say like fuck your parents, right?
Yeah,
Because like I love my parents, but like I had this issue with my mom, and my mom's like, she's like, because I wanted to take business classes. I'm really into business, and she's like, no, take these other classes, right? Because they're like business. She's like, I don't want you going into whatever business, whatever, right?
yeah,
Marketing. I don't know, right? She wanted me to have options, which I get. But then I talked to my teachers, talked to my cousin who's in university for accounting. She's like, no, you take those classes. My mom was so sure that I shouldn't take those classes, but but they were like, no, that's gonna end up hurting you. So like take take your future into your own hands. You know what's best for you because you don't want to be stuck in a life that you want to get out of and you can't.
that's what I always say for myself too, as well. Because at first I was like, okay, my mom wants me to go into government, so I was just like, okay, I guess I'll become a lawyer or some shit. But like slowly I
Mhm.
built up the realization that that's not what I want to do. So I did start this podcast because I do like politics. I do like law and knowing shit like that. Like
Yeah.
knew my original plan for this podcast, what it was supposed to be. And I sort of took a step back for one of the episodes where I was supposed to talk about the election results. But like yeah, I was always like told I want you to be in government. So that's what I tried doing. I tried taking classes that would put me into government. So like even for my future, if this podcast doesn't work out, I already have like a second solution, becoming a cop.
Yeah,
I'm
of
like,
course.
cool. I don't mind that because I am the type of worker where I always have to be doing something. So that's why I enjoy the podcast because I'm always talking. Why are you looking at him?
Looking at my engineer in the corner acting like a dumbass.
But yeah, I do like that advice that you received because I received similar and I like yeah.
Yeah, and then another a quote that I live by is actually aspire. I use it as my Instagram caption. Aspire. I aspire to inspire before I expire. Because at the end of the day, music, yes, money, fame, whatever, but my all time role model is always been Tupac Shakur, right? And so I used I watch a ton of interviews. I watch a lot from him, and his message was always that he wanted to he wanted to inspire people in his generation so that the next generation could be even more like creative and beautiful and like
Yeah.
have like amazing ideas and stuff. So I actually used a quote from one of my favorite song of his, "Unconditional Love," um, and I was listening to it with my mom on the way over here, And it was um oh my goodness, I'm gonna look so stupid. But I use it in my elementary yearbook. And I'm gonna go look at the quote right now because it's on the tip of my tongue, and I know the last half of it, but the first half it's
Yeah, that
kind of
does happen
going
to
through
me
my
a
head.
lot. Um,
Yeah.
well, I do need a filler here. Um, so in case here, let me promote my little podcast here real quick. Um, so if you decide to want to support us more and more thoroughly, if you search up Expressive Cast on Twitter, that's where you'll see the Twitter for the show, and the Expressive Cast at the Expressive Cast on no the Expressive Podcast on Instagram. That's where you'll see our Instagram, and in the link in those bios is where you'll end up seeing the link to our Discord, and the Discord is where you guys will be able to express your opinions as well, and those will be taken into account in. Sorry, I'm seeing these guys just fuck around. That's where your feelings will be taken into account and put into the podcast. So don't worry, this is going to be immersive with you guys, and if you guys have any questions for the people who I bring on, it'll be extremely helpful for all of us in the show, and I do want this to be something where I'm growing with you guys and you guys do get a platform as well.
And go tell this guy for me to become a permanent co-host on here, cause that'd be cool. Anyways,
I'll think
I
about
have
it.
think about it, but I have quote I have the quote here. Okay, so driven by my ambitions, desire this is a lyric. So this driven by my ambitions, desire higher positions. So I proceed to make G's eternally, and my mission is to be more than just a rap music, the elevation of today's generation. If I can make them listen. So
Hmm.
basically, exact. Forget. Okay, he says rap musician. I can rap too, but like that just the I'm driven by my ambitions. I desire those higher positions as well. And I'm gonna proceed to make money, but eternally my mission is to be more than just a musician. And I wanna elevate today's generation if they'll listen to me. So the next generation can be smart and can be creative if there is another generation because the world's fucked.
The world is fucked. Okay,
But
so
yeah.
that's your favorite quote. What does that mean exactly to you? Like, how does that hit your soul? Because obviously in music you do want something to connect, and how does that connect with you?
Uh, just said my connection is I want to inspire people. I want to leave my legacy as one of those people in music that left. Like I didn't just make music and like I was just another artist. Like like Tupac had that lasting effect on people. Like for you Lil Peep did, and for many people nowadays Juice World does.
Yeah.
Um and so I want to be one of those people. Michael Jackson influenced a whole generation too. Elvis Presley, generation before that. Kurt Cobain, all those people. The Beatles, like Queens, like I don't want to just be another person.
So what's your end goal for music?
The end goal is to be looked at as bigger than the music. Well, I want the music to sort of I want the music itself to tell my story, but I at the end of the day, I don't want to just be th- I just don't want to be a another singer. I want to influence a generation. That's what I want to do.
And that's what
Should
makes
have
the
said
best. Fuck, that's what makes the best musicians. Because if
yeah,
you
because
go ahead.
because nowadays, no disrespect to a lot of people, but nowadays there are a ton of people trying to make music, and they make it because of popularity or whatever. And I personally, you can do whatever you want, but I don't agree with that. I feel like you should make music because you love it or you have an actual purpose to it.
Yeah, I agree with that totally.
the
Um,
the the, the music game, the rap game especially, is being flooded, and that's why the older generation says that I guess music isn't as full with talent anymore, is because everybody's doing it. Back
yeah.
then, you had to have it to be somebody.
Hmm.
They didn't care about your image. Now, well, they cared, but they would make it after. Now, if you have a great image, no matter how bad you are, they'll post you because nowadays, like it's different. The companies want something different, and they put the image over the talent. And at the end of the day, that's how it's gonna be for forever. But for now, but I kind of miss how it was back in the day. But on the other hand, it nowadays it gives opportunity to more people, because back in the day it was really hard. Now you can share your music like this, with a link. Back then you'd have to go and sell 500 CDs on the block.
Yeah. Um, so I don't, I did not tell you that I was gonna go into this, but um, have you had any mental struggles that have shaped your image on certain things? Like, for example, I did struggle from um heavy anxiety and depression when it came to certain times in my life, and I'd say that music did save me, and like being creative did save me. Like, for example, I'm going through some things right now, and creating this podcast has helped me. So have you, like, what's your experiences with mental health? Because as it seems, musicians tend to go through a lot of struggle mentally, and they sort of use music as out an output to just like help calm themselves.
Yeah, I use music as my therapy. The time that I make the best music is when I'm going through something and I need to let it out. Um, I don't think I've had the mental battles that most people have had for whatever reason. I like as I just up until this year, I never like I felt stressed, but I never felt that real anxiety. And the only real anxiety that I felt, it comes from relationships. Um,
And that's usually where it
and
comes
that
from.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get yeah. Okay, so yeah, I guess recently, not recently, but in the past year, especially 2020, for sure. But yeah, definitely 100%. Music is such a good way to uh to help.
Yeah.
But um I feel like the most non-creative people, the people that don't that don't have a way to express themselves, are the people that get eaten alive by that shit.
And like, I know you, I'm guessing you did listen to Juice.
Oh my god, yeah, of course, of course. He's one of my favorite artists of all time, yeah.
So Juice, X, Peep, they all went through some things we can't even explain because, for example, X, he had his whole life like completely fucked up because of people not helping him not getting the right help. But at the same time, he tried to make something better of it. And I feel like you want to help save people through your music. Like, there's some lyrics in your songs, I can't think of them off the top of my head, and it just moves me sometimes. Like with the song "Here for You" that's coming out soon, I
Yeah.
like that
Oh,
song. Like, it feels so powerful. That's why I want you to release it so much, because it feels like I don't need you, but
yeah.
like I don't
But
need
I
you
am
to
here for
change
you.
my life,
Yeah.
but I'm here for you. Exactly. Like, I love that about your music. Like, I can feel like the actual soul in your songs, and I think that's what makes you
I,
special compared to other musicians, especially coming out of Toronto.
I really appreciate that. That's probably the nicest thing anybody has ever said to me. Uh but no, the fact that you said that you really think about my lyrics, and that it moves you, and you hit the nail on the head with the theme of that song. It was definitely like, you know, like you're not here. Like this is broad for anybody, but you might not be here. But if you ever needed anything, I'd be there.
Hmm.
But you're not here, and I mean, you may not want to be here, but you know,
Yeah.
like, but yeah, I love that song. Actually, Paul, you're watching this, manager Paul. A ton of our artists have dropped recently, so I'm kind of like I have to wait just a little bit. But let's get on that, brother.
Okay, let's move on from all the soppy shit. How'd you meet your manager, Paul?
How I met Paul. I was actually under the comments of 347 Aiden, and I saw another artist called Hellstruck, and great guy, by the way. Amazing music, and so he's verified. He has like 30 something k. He's got millions of streams, and I was looking for management, so I saw Paul. He was added there. He was added. Um, and so I sent him a message, and basically I just told him everything about me, and how I started. Literally, I told like what I said about when I was a kid, and like he asked me what my ambitions were, and I said exactly that. And so he just believed in me. He heard my music. He said, for a kid, for 16 years old, you have a ton of potential. And so I like the way that and he introduced me to, I thank him forever, but he introduced me to so many amazing producers that I've worked with, a ton of crazy talent, and then also the artists that I've met, uh big ones too. um they
Broken
they've
Boy. I like his songs. Whatever.
Broken Boy's up there. Broken Boy actually just hit a mill on one of his more recent songs, and he was on a New Music Friday Canada, and I think he was on this other major Spotify playlist. So shout out to Broken Boy. um yeah, he's dope. Yeah, but shout out to all the people that I met through Paul, and I'm super excited for everything to come. Then, well, as we're on the topic of people that I've met through music, I just want to give a shout out to Lil Eso, which I want you to get on here. I want to give a shout out to uh I want to give a shout out to the guy who actually like really helped me when I wanted to start Meso Sauce. Actually, quick plug. I'm actually wearing his clothing brand right now. It's not released to the public yet, but shout out. I don't know if you can see the back. It says Scummy World. It's really dope. So shout out to you. Shout out to Meso Sauce. Shout out to, damn, I'm drawing a blank. But YNR Spark, Wish God. There's so many people. Shout out to all of you. I'm forgetting Six Forever. Six Forever.
There you go.
What? Jack, Brady, Cole. I love you guys. I
They're
love you
doing
guys so
insane
much.
on TikTok. They're
I
hitting
love you guys.
numbers.
1 point something million
Four.
on
4 million,
TikTok.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Nah, those guys blessed me. Those guys blessed me for sure. I treasure everything from them, and in person they're amazing people
They're
too.
doing good.
Um,
They're doing extremely well now.
they're yeah, they're doing amazing.
Compared to when I
Um,
followed them, I think I followed them when they had 6K on Instagram, and now they're at what, 30?
30. They blew up because of the Draco Malfoy trend.
Yeah, Harry Potter TikTok. That blew up. It even blew up someone that I know personally.
Really, yeah,
Y- So
that's
let's talk
nuts.
about your work with Parrish Beats. I
Oh,
know
perish.
him. I really like his beats. What are your thoughts on him? Like, for example, because is Here For You with him?
Here for You. The beat was made by Perish. Yeah.
Yeah, no, his beats go hard. And I was listening to another song that he made with, I forgot who it was. It was someone managed by your manager, I think. I could be wrong. It just hit a
Do you
million as
know?
well.
Damn, you know what song it is? Oh, is it by Broken Boy?
It might be. I'm not quite sure. It possibly could be. And the fact that you have those connections with producers like him, like that's insane. Like he might not be a
He makes
huge name, but like his beats will make him a big name.
No, yeah. I firsthand. I spent the night. working on song with him, and just watching him go through the process of making the beat and mixing the beat. He puts hours on hours perfecting it, sending out loops to people. He's amazing.
That man's
Shout out
doing
to
good for
Justin.
himself. He's eating good, eh?
He is big boy, big boy.
For sure. Okay. What was I gonna say? Who? Okay, this was supposed to be after the your manager question. Who are artists you want to work with?
What artists I want to work with? Ah, number one, Young Pinch. I need to. I
Yeah,
need. I need to work with him. He's viewed my stories a couple times.
I know.
One
I
day I
saw he
definitely want to work
reposted one
with
of
him.
your stories. No.
Yeah, he reposted one. Six Forever. I always want to work with them again. Everybody that I know, and then Tory Lanez is a big one. I love
Mm-hmm.
Tory. Um, Machine Gun Kelly. Oh,
Oh
that's a
fuck.
big one. Uh, Justin Bieber, obviously, because that's childhood. And then, oh, there's a big one. There's a big one I'm forgetting right now. The Kid Laroi. The Kid Laroi.
Oh lord. We. You know, I
Oh,
have my opinions on him.
you have your opinions on him and whatever.
I have a time frame for him. I have a time frame for him.
Yeah, you guys are just hating because he has numbers. Industry plan. Shit, I don't care.
that
His
that makes
team
a
does their
difference.
job. I don't care.
Okay. 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 Let's talk about your music, like your actual music. What's your creating process like?
My creating process. Uh, so when I have the beat, I will if there's something that's on my mind that I need to get out, I will write before I work on it. But if not, I'll have the beat, I'll have everything laid out. If you are a if you are into music like that, you will have your stuff set out, your compressors, your EQ. You just have everything ready for tracking, and then I'll start recording, and I'll find a melody. Like most artists these days, Juice does this. Everyone, most artists do this. You find your melody, and then once I have my melody, I can write a chorus in literally 2 seconds, and it'll be the catchiest chorus. Okay, like "Here for You." You like
But
that chorus a lot, right?
yep.
Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote that in literally I wrote that really quickly, but I knew the idea. Like the idea that I wanted, like it's not like, oh, I wrote it, like it doesn't matter. Like I had those thoughts in my head, but I just knew how to put them down.
Here,
Just because, like,
if
I'm
you
a
want to
creative
explain it
person.
thoroughly, talking about one song, let's talk about Mamba Monster. Because I know you had a
Mamba
set
Monster.
thought about that because Kobe hit all of us in a certain way. And I know
Okay,
it wasn't
yeah, yeah.
necessarily about
That-
Kobe, but like it was about Kobe at the same time. What were your thoughts for that
okay,
song?
so yeah, when I made that, Kobe had just passed, and so he was obviously influential to all of us. Like when I was in elementary school, every time I shot a shot, I was yelling Kobe. Um, and so yeah, I was definitely feeling it, and my process was I got a beat because back then I didn't have producers, right? So I just got a beat off YouTube, right? And so um yeah, so I Mamba, yeah, so Kobe's obviously a black Mamba,
Mm-hmm.
and I just came up with this cool bar in my head. It was like born as a monster turned into a mamba, and then it was like
You
shooting
you
it
messed
like
up your own you messed up your own quote.
really
Born as a mamba, turned into a
turned
monster.
into a monster. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Uh, yeah, and then I went into the course was it's pretty much about Kobe, um, and
24.
then I 24 karat gold.
Yeah, that bro, that song went so hard.
And you like it? You like 24 karat because his number
Yeah.
was 24 karat gold because the Lakers are purple and gold. Um, shooting it like Kobe, so he's running to his mama. That was a bar because
Yeah.
Kobe was a dead eye. So you run into your mama. uh,
Not to
but
mention,
yeah,
okay,
Six
go
Forever
ahead.
was on it.
Six Forever was on it, and they went hard on it too.
They so hard. They FaceTime me. They freestyled that whole verse.
Okay, let's talk about Mama Monster. The cover art. That was like my first cover art that I was so happy with when it came to you.
That, yeah, that was your. I don't want to say first proper one, but first one that like you really went into depth with. I think, like
That,
not in like depth, but I mean, like we went back and forth and we really thought about it.
but I think the hardest one for me to. Okay, let's talk about how I became your cover artist. What happened there?
Yeah, yeah.
You explain it. Let's
Uh,
hear it from your perspective because you are the artist.
well, to be honest, you have a creative mind. You wanted to showcase that, and I was in need of cover artist. So what better to ask an old friend and to link up with an old friend and you know
So we started off with the way she, and then we came out with a hitter cover art, Mama Monster, and then what
Mamba
was
Monster.
after? I think
So
after
bad.
it was the cost of life,
No,
or
it was so bad.
it was so
So
bad.
bad. The punk pop one.
That was a
Not
sick cover
pop
art.
one. Um, and then in the summer was the Cost of Love EP.
That one was so sick. I love that one. That one took so long to get because you had this idea in mind. I was like, how am I gonna execute this? And it
It was
took
full
so
of
long.
back
It
and
took
forth.
like a full day to come up with like the finished product for that cover art.
Yeah, and shout out to Jack from Six Forever. Actually, you absolute sicko. He's legit with those. He's legit with the video animations.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so appreciate that. From him. He took your art and expanded on it. It was really cool.
I think that like our minds sometimes you have an idea and I can't necessarily execute it properly, but I feel like at the end, me and you can just click on a cover art that's so
Especially
perfect.
especially if we go back and forth.
Yeah,
And like I know like we're not, our cover art so far it's like it's great, but it's not like we've been doing this it's not like you've been doing it for so long that you are like super crazy high tech with it, right?
I'm getting there. I'm
um
getting there. I have a
you're,
tablet for
you're
it.
getting yeah, exactly. And to see that you're putting in the work to you're putting in the work to help not only you get better but like for my benefit. I just really appreciate that, the fact that you went out your way to go get like equipment for my stuff. It's really
I
dope.
still have to practice for all of that and things. And your fashion. Let's okay. There's something I also want to talk about. Yourself as a person. So
Yeah.
recently you've gone into a weight loss journey. How's that been? How's that been? Because as kids we were short. We ate good. We ate good as kids.
Yeah. Oh, can after this, can you like turn the best little segments that we are having into
Yeah, I will.
clips
I
that
will.
I can post? Because there's a lot of stuff from here that I really want to get out.
Hmm.
Just in case people don't want to watch the entire thing,
Yeah,
can grab the
that's
best
that's the
moments.
plan for my Instagram
That's
as well.
fine. Awesome. Okay. Um. So yeah, I went through a weight loss journey as a kid. We were both chubby. I'm pretty sure you were heavier than me though,
Hundred
like a
percent.
100%. But yeah, you went through it first. But I think yours was way more natural than mine.
Because I grew. I grew like
Yeah,
a whole
you
lot.
grew and slimmed out like my dad. My dad was a little chubby. He's slim as hell now. Um. So yeah, mine was not natural. I just I it benefits myself, benefits my health, it benefits my looks, and it benefits my career because my image just would be better, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I started off at like 195, close to 200 pounds. I'm now at I weighed myself this morning. I'm at 142 pounds.
You're doing well for
And I want
yourself.
yeah, and I want to go down to like 135, 130, and then go back up in muscle. But I actually have a story on my Snapchat that showing everything that I do, and there's actually two people. Shout out Alexander and Noah Badu, who is also an artist. He's a emo pop artist. I kind of took them under my wing. They're both in their weight loss journeys, and they've lost. I believe it's like 15 pounds, 12 to 15 pounds each, or something.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see that I'm making an impact there too.
Okay.
You should also turn that into a little clip.
Don't worry, I got your clips, and you'll get the podcast before it even uploads. So if you want to screen share something and clip it, you got it.
Yeah, but I'd rather leave that up to you. Just
Okay.
like from every major segment, you know.
Yeah, I got you. I do want to ask this question because I told you I was gonna fuck around with you. Do you sing in the shower?
Yeah, I sing in the shower.
What songs do you sing in the shower?
A lot of times I'm practicing my own songs.
Really?
Yeah, practicing my own songs, and the acoustics in there obviously not something you'd want for recording because there's a ton of freaking reverb in there, but like um like the acoustics in there are nice for live performances.
Yeah.
And my shower, I don't know if anybody see my shower. My shower's like super modern, like it's super, like fancy. It's very
People
nice
take
to sing in.
videos
My
in there, pictures.
shout out my exact Michael, who's
Michael.
in that room, literally takes pictures in my shower. He takes pictures in my house everywhere. Shout out to my grandpa for renovating that entire house and making it gorgeous. I love this house. I love that house.
That house is a big house. I never mind. Let's not ask that question. That's like completely gonna dox yourself. But no, that's a really nice house for the area you're from.
Yeah, it's beauty.
Um,
Beauty.
so let's talk about your connections. Like, who in your life doesn't have to be artists, doesn't have to be managers, doesn't have to be anyone in the music game. Who in like who do you think has had the biggest impact on you? Whether it's your grandma, whether it's Michael on his blow up, whether it's even Six Forever on
Oh,
stuff like
shout out
that.
Michael. His couple's TikTok is blowing up right now too. They have like 65K or whatever. They've had like a million. Like this most recent TikTok is like at 800K. Shout out to me for giving him some ideas too.
But yeah,
Uh,
who inspired you the most that isn't in the music game?
that isn't in the music game. Inspired me?
Inspired you because someone hardworking must have inspired you.
Yeah.
E-
Oh no, my mom. 100%.
Yeah, I was about to
100%.
say.
100%. It has to be my mom. My mom. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm only 15 years apart from my mom. And my mom was 15 when she had me. My dad was, I believe, 17 or right about to turn 17 or something. Um, and there was a ton of issues with just like in terms of like my I guess my custody and legal issues. And my mom, like, I've heard probably almost every story by now. And like my mom did went through hell to make me who I am today, and support me and my brother and sisters. Like she will get anything done when she needs it done. Like she is the most hardworking person. Sometimes we disagree on stuff, but like I know she just wants me to succeed. I mean, we see things a little bit different on how, but at the end of the day, we understand each other.
And how does your mom support you when it comes to your music?
Okay. So my mom 100% supports me. Um, but I would say she's more cautious. Like on like she wants me to have a backup plan. Uh, and I 100% get that. I obviously told her I'm going to be in school. I'm gonna be doing college. I'm gonna be doing all that. Um, but like I love seeing when people outside of the family, like let's say like my barber, who's also a rapper, shout out Jones. His brother cuts Tory Lanes. They're amazing. Like those two brothers are amazing. Um, shout out Jones. Shout out just like anybody um that comments on my music and my mom's around and they talk to me about my music. My mom just gets all proud. She's like, yeah, that's my boy. She sees other people talk about me and they're like, okay, I guess he really is that. I guess he really is the shit. You know?
That's actually funny because my mom, she's judgmental. She was like, oh, this kid always goes back and forth between music and acting. He doesn't know what he wants. I showed her one of your
Yeah, fine.
songs.
Never went. I
No,
really didn't go back and forth. No, I
you
really
were
did.
back
I
and
really
forth.
didn't go back and forth. I really didn't go back and forth. I haven't got back to acting since I was like in sixth grade.
Okay, but
I
like,
mean, I'm
no, she supports you fully now. Like she loves your songs. I showed her it in the car when we were driving to Toronto because I do live outside of Toronto now and I do have friends in Toronto. She loves your songs. I keep showing her every time you releasing new song or like even unreleased shit. I keep showing her and she's
yeah,
always more and more proud of you because she's realized how like you're finally growing up. You finally know what you want to do. And honestly, I agree with her. You're finally like setting your feet in a certain place and you're not back and forth because you were back and forth.
okay. I guess whatever.
Exactly.
But yeah, no. Back to my mom. Like, there's actually this one story, where my mom was at the drive, like not drive through, but she was parked in like a Tim Hortons parking lot or whatever. She was playing one of my unreleased songs a while back, and somebody comes up to her car and says, "Who is this? Where can I find this song? The song is really good." And my mom says, "Well, you can't. It's not released, and it's my son." And that person like just, I guess, shocked my mom because my mom's like, okay, my son is all right. He could be something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, the type of vibe you give me is rock star. You're not a rapper. I do not think you're a rapper at all. I
I
think
haven't
you're in
met.
this. I think you're in the same boat as Machine Gun Kelly, where you can be a rapper, but you're more of a rock star.
I started as pop. I started as pop singer. Then I had a little rock and roll phase when I was a kid, and then yeah, I tried to I tried to do rapping because like my one of my most listened to genres is raps. But at the end of the day, I had to go back to my roots of like pop and R&B and rock too, cause like pop rock, because the energy that I get from recording and like doing those really long like runs and raspy, just almost yelling like into the microphone, the what's the word for it, just the
Emotion.
emotion, the adrenaline. It's freaking awesome. It's awesome. Like, I don't know, it's great.
That's
I
true.
love it.
Um, it was something else I wanted to ask. Fuck, I didn't have it written down. Like I'm sort of going off the top of my head at this point. We sort of went through all of the things that I wanted to. Um, let's talk about your studio. Like how did that start off? Like
Oh yeah, what I'm in right now. So basically we needed somewhere to record, and this is actually an off it used to be an office space. And when we started, it was very makeshift studio. Like, we had some soundproofing in here, but like we also had like a mattress for extra soundproofing. Like, we didn't have all the equipment, all the interfaces, $1,000 mics that I have right now, all the plugins for the processing of music and making it sound great. Like, we didn't have that. And so over the last year and a half, 2 years, we built it up, and then recently we did a complete renovation. These walls used to be yellow, they're now white. We put up all new soundproofing. We are about to we bought a new desk, which is on here. It's a very very nice expensive desk. Redid some lighting in here. Um, New headphones, new microphone, like everything new. New computer. It's like a 2,000 something dollar computer. This is ridiculous. But it's still in renovation. Actually, you can't see the front, but I showed you
yeah, off camera.
off the call. It still needs a lot of work, but we're until it's done in like a month or two. It's very usable. I love it.
Let's let,
It's my sacred place.
let's talk about your equipment. What do you have? What are you working with?
Right. So, this boom arm, I don't. We used to use it when I first started. We don't use this. We have a stand, but I'm doing a podcast, so obviously it's better to have a boom arm. Um, and this my pop filter is the basics. This is a Audio Technica 4050. It goes for about $1,000 Canadian. Um, Soundproofing, you can find it on Amazon. Headphones is like $200. These are like Sennheiser headphones. Joe Rogan has these for his podcast or whatever. Speakers, you got Sony speakers. About to get new speakers because they're a little bit old. Focusrite audio interface. Kind of want to upgrade to an Apollo soon. Because that's get like some proper like in studio hardware. Because usually we
Yep.
do everything on the computer. Um, what else can I say? Some little bips and bobs here that make life easier, but yeah. Oh,
Nice.
gonna get a TV so we can see everything on TV instead of
Mhm.
computer screen. Yep.
Have you? Sorry, there was a slight interruption there, which is why you saw it cut out, and I'm not quite sure where we left off. So we'll just talk about SO because that's what I want to talk about, right?
That's where we left off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
so
So SO, I know you guys were supposed to record a music video for one of his songs. What happened there?
oh, there was some stuff. His videographer we couldn't do it, and then he just got cut up with other stuff. He recently moved. He had to redo his studio because that's how he makes some really good bank as an engineer in his own studio.
Have you ever
So
used his studio?
yeah, I've gone there twice. With COVID, I haven't been able to go and see him again, but I'll definitely see him one day soon. But yeah, Shadow SO.
So I do want to have you on the show, SO, eventually.
Sweet.
Okay, let's talk about how has COVID affected you? Because I know COVID, it's help, fuck, it's affected all of us really.
It's affected all of us, and but I haven't actually got COVID. Nobody in my family has actually got COVID yet. Uh, Knock on wood that we don't get it. But guess it. I mean, school obviously that's a big one.
Yeah.
And then with music too, we're not allowed to do shows or whatever. Um, there was a show I was supposed to do in May with Meso Sauce and all that. Would have been a great show, but it never happened because of COVID. And then yeah, there was so many opportunities, especially in Mississauga. There was a club that wanted me to perform and do a show,
The
but
blue
it
suede or
fell
some
through
shit like
because of
that.
Blue Suede, yeah, and that fell through because of COVID too. So, yeah.
Okay, what did I want to talk about? There was something else that I wanted to talk about. Have you had any record labels come up to you yet?
Nah, nah, nah. I'm
Nah.
still, I'm still, I'm still early in that. I'm still early for that. A lot of the artists that I talked to that I've been introduced to, they are signed but they've been in it for like a couple years and they've gone through all the marketing promotion that I haven't yet. So I'm not quite that level yet. So not yet.
What's
But
the
there
next
there will be opportunities soon.
what's the next step in your career for you to take that next leap?
The next step is I've never done marketing promotions, so that's the next step because all the artists that are under my manager they have so many opportunities and they have such a strong fan base that I don't yet because I haven't gotten that opportunity to be pushed yet. So
And let's talk about your interactions with fans. What would you say your fan base is right now? Like, is it just friends? Is it growing? Like, how's that? And how's your interactions been?
it's growing, especially with the marketing promotions. Is like I'm gonna especially find a more of a closer knit fan base. Now it's a little spread over all over the place, but you know, soon, like I said, once stuff gets rolling, um, I will have my fan base because Six Forever have their fan base.
Tight
It's very
knit.
a tight knit, identifiable fan base. Broken Boy also has that. A lot, a lot of artists that I know have that. So I'm looking forward to that because I know I'm gonna have some dope people,
And y-
absolute rock stars.
Here, I don't know why I want to talk about this, but I do. What's your thoughts on the Toronto music game?
All right, so I have some favorites. I have some favorites. Not gonna lie. I feel like especially Six Buzz is a big part of, we have a lot, we have so much talent in Toronto, and it honestly a little bit sad that a lot of it is being overshadowed by, again, these, I don't want to call them goofs, but they are goofs. Um, goofs like
Definitely.
Top Five. I'm sorry, Top Five. I don't fucking like you. Uh, Chromas, I get what you're doing. On the business side, all of you are doing your thing to get where you want to be. But honestly, I want more love to the artists that are really doing this because they love it. For a reason. Um, also Tizzy Stacks. I want to give a shout out to Tizzy Stacks. He's coming up right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's been posted on Six Buzz too. He's working with top notch guys. He went to my school actually. He was like 2 years above me. Um, Shout out, Astro Kid J. I
Yep,
like him a lot. Astro Kid J is very smooth. He's so
he
smooth.
really is.
I got the blooper. Yeah, he's just so good. Nah. I like him a lot. Yeah.
What about
Shit.
sorry, what about just outside of Toronto? Because there's Aiden. He's not from Toronto, but he's just outside.
He's from Cambridge, right?
Yeah, the Cambridge boy. He's making
Yeah.
it
It
big now.
seems like right outside Toronto is that sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, Oakville got six forever. Um, in Markham, you got
Esso.
Esso, and there's so many people that I don't know, obviously, but I know they're there. Um, yeah, Aiden's going mainstream anytime soon now. Um,
But
if not already.
it's crazy how he what did he get posted on? It was on one of the big things. It was either on World Star Canada or Six Forever. He got hated on. Everyone was saying like, "Who's this? Who's that?" What are your thoughts on that?
Who?
Remember you? It was in our Snapchat group
Oh,
chat.
Aiden.
Yeah, Aiden.
Yeah, 347 Aiden got posted to rap.
Rap.
That's
That's the one.
crazy. That's great. That is the biggest rap page. Like, you don't get posted there unless you're you're a big name.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, Aiden is not the type of person that the demographic that follows rap is towards. He's alternative, and his style is not. It's really not going to be for everybody. Um, he's great. But obviously, like, even amazing rap, like, anybody who gets posted on rap gets absolutely shit on, because, well, people want to be funny, people want to be toxic. That's just how it is.
Trust me, I'm part
Um,
of one of the fan bases that everyone's toxic towards.
yeah, yeah,
With
of
Peep,
course,
everyone hates Peep for some reason.
yeah.
But yeah, let's
That's
let's hop back into you.
Aiden. I love you. You're an amazing person, though. You are an absolutely amazing human being. If you ever see this, I love the message that you spread. Keep fucking rocking, bro.
Okay, so fuck, I just wanted to talk about something. Like this always happens. I can't think of it. Is there anything you want to touch on, like when it comes to music, like a message that you want to spread? While I think about this.
Um.
Um.
uh. Honestly, I talked about. I said everything that I really wanted to say.
Oh,
One major thing: support your friends, please. Support your friends. If they Because one day, this is a big message that I want to get out there. When I get big one day, when I can influence people, because I don't have the influence power. But right now, but when I can influence people, I really want to get the message out there that support your friends in whatever they want to do, acting, music, whatever. Okay, maybe if they're maybe like, you could criticize them because that's perfect.
I've
Um,
criticized you multiple times on certain songs.
yeah, exactly, and I take it into consideration every single time. But please don't be clowning them at school. Don't be gossiping, saying like he's this, he's nothing, he's not going to be anything, because I'm sorry, but your favorite artist was nothing. Okay. And I guess, actually, it works both ways, because that can motivate somebody. Because I remember when I started, people were saying stuff about me, and now those same people are like, I just listened to your new song in my car and I was playing it in my car. You know what? Thank you. Fuck you, but thank you.
A lot of
Um,
people from our elementary school was like that. I don't know if you know.
really?
Yeah, some of them talk shit, and some of them
Explain,
are.
explain, explain, explain.
I can't. We'll talk about it after, but right now I can't call out names.
Okay, okay, okay. So,
Okay.
what do you mean, like they switched?
Not they switched, but they saw the progress, and you changed their mindset on your
Yeah, and they haven't even heard the new stuff.
the
Oh,
that group chat we have on
oh.
iMessage. Ooh, you put some heaters in there.
Yeah, there. I have something that I recorded last week that I still have to put some more vocals on. Oh my god. I sent the snippet. Woo!
Which one, the juice one?
No, not the cover, not the feature that I did, but like the it's just sent a snippet. It was like
Oh, I do remember. I
an
do remember.
acoustics. It was an acoustic song.
I do remember. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, here's this question is gonna go both ways. What's your favorite song that you've made?
Oh, here for you. It has
Here
to
for
be.
you.
It has to
You
be.
have to release that. That one's so a long way. Like
Oh god.
I've been wanting to post Snapchat snaps of it, but like I can't because I don't feel comfortable leaking
Yeah,
shit on my end.
yeah, I love that song a lot.
I do love that song.
That especially in the car, that shit is amazing to yell to.
Mm-hmm. And
Like as soon as you play, I don't know if you've played it in your car, but as soon as it hits, Parrish, you're a god for this. But the bass line that comes in, like as soon and then my drowned out phased like kind of like vocals in the beginning,
mm-hmm.
with that bass that comes in, the I know, like that, so good.
And what's your favorite song that you've heard from other artists? All
What
time
do you mean?
favorite song. Come on, all time favorite song.
My favorite song of all time?
Mm-hmm. That's a hard
Oh
one,
my
eh?
gosh. How you gonna put me on the spot like that? Oh my goodness. Oh ho ho ho. I guess I'll go like with like my favorite artist favorite song, because that favorite song from like my favorite artist. I guess that would be like my best. Um, so like Tupac, Unconditional Love, gotta be up there. Um, First, Life's a Mess. I just love Life's a Mess by Juice WRLD.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Legends is another one that hits this, like the messaging in that song. Legends is amazing. Um, um, there's so many. There's probably like one there's probably like my favorite song. Probably I haven't even mentioned it yet, but I just can't think of it. Because it's probably been a while.
Mind block. That always happens when someone asks what my favorite song is
What about you? Let's flip the script. What's your favorite song?
of all time. Hmm. I don't know because it depends. Like it could be a Peep song one day. It could be a Nothing Nowhere song the next day, and then it could be like Stan the next day. Stan went so hard. I love Stan. The message in that song so good.
I am
Eminem, yeah.
Eminem.
Or When I'm Gone by Eminem. That one goes really hard. Not Afraid by Eminem. I really like Eminem. He
Yeah,
speaks to you. Plus
he
he's
definitely
talented.
does.
And then
Very.
there's some Machine Gun Kelly songs, and there's some old songs like Electric by Sean Desmond.
Oh
Please
my
tell me you
god.
remember the song.
I don't know if you know, but my grandma cuts Sean Desmond's brother's wife's hair, something like that. And I actually sat at a wedding table with Sean Desmond's brother and his family, so we talked. It was really cool. He's a Toronto Portuguese legend.
Literally.
Uh, Cause baby to me. Wait, that's the song, right?
No.
Oh no, 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 sorry.
Electric
Electric,
Body.
electric, 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 electric. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's another. A
Cause you're
night
the
like this, night
spot
like
gold.
this. Oh, what's it? And a night like
Yeah, you
night
can't
like this
remember
and
right now.
electric. Night like this and electric.
And there's
But
the one
yeah,
song "You." Nobody does it like you. Ooh, you. Okay, so
yeah,
we're vibing right now.
for real, for real. Uh, but yeah, my grandma was cutting his brother's wife's hair, and he walks in with this big fur coat, and yeah, he's just a sick dude.
There's so many people who have inspired us in the slightest ways because, like him, for example, he's a Portuguese man making it out of Toronto. Like that's sick because we're both Portuguese. We both have that
Well, I
background.
mean,
We're
he
both
did. He's
inspired by
kind of
that.
he's taken a step back now
Yeah,
because he's
even
getting
so.
older, but he actually just started something called like Radio Club or something.
Hmm.
And that remix that he did of Never Gonna Give You Up, um, is on the radio all the time. Um, he goes on the Radio Club because he does like remixes of old songs. I guess I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about this. What genres do you want to hit? Because right now you're sort of in the rock phase. You went to rap. Do you want to hit pop? Do you want to hit
Well, I'm actually hitting like acoustic pop right now, heavy. Pop punk is always is there too. Probably like indie pop, pop pop punk, alternative. Um, maybe some R&B here and there. I don't know.
R&B hits hard sometimes?
Yeah, it does. I definitely got the soothing tone. I can definitely do it.
You definitely have that soothing tone. Like your progression when it comes to music has involved so much. Like I didn't like there was a point in us growing up where I was kind of like eh because I think it was through puberty. Like you weren't hitting the notes you used to as a kid, and then you sort of like morphed into like an animal. Like your progression has changed so much. Like you could hit notes that I did not know you could hit. Like in Here For You, I forgot what note it was. You hit a note that was so smooth, and I was expecting it to be auto tuned, but it was not auto tuned at all. It might have some pitch correction, but like it was so smooth.
Mm, what is it in the verse or is it the chorus?
I think it might be the chorus here. Let me look for
Bro,
the
we're
song real
hyping up
quick.
Here For You so much, and watch people just be like, it's just not it.
No, it is it though. That's the thing. Like you can call it what you want, but like that song is a hitter.
Is it the chorus where I just go like really
Yeah,
like
I
powerful and
know.
rap?
Yeah.
Yeah, where I get really my grandma's like, "You're gonna lose your voice." I'm like, "Fuck you! I'm a rock star." No, I didn't tell her.
Yeah, obviously. So
Love you, grandma.
we're sort of getting to this point where we've gone through everything. Is there
Yeah,
anything
you
you want
wanna?
to hit on?
No, I pretty much said everything. This is hot. Shout out to you. This is the most in depth interview. Like I'm not gonna. I've had some good like shout out to Chatterbox that I did interview with, but this goes so in depth to so many different stages of my life, and you help showcase my personality to an audience, and people are gonna probably look back at this as one of those first interviews.
Because this is the start of something new, like for you and myself. Like this is
Mhm.
the start of something that could morph into being like it could transform both of our lives. Like people could look
Mhm.
back on this one day being like, so this is the kid who's a star now. So we just have to cut there because we have to talk about something real quick. And I think that about ends the episode, no?
Yeah, yeah. This was an amazing episode.
This was
Amazing pilot episode.
this was awesome because me and you we share this connection that we've always had as kids. Like it's insane. And yeah,
Beautiful.
beautiful. Okay,
Peace.
do you want to shout? No, come on, calm down.
Oh, okay.
Shout
My bad.
yourself
My
out.
bad.
Shout yourself out. What do you want to plug right now?
Yeah. My Instagram is Dre Cost one because some asshole kind of took my username. Uh, and then my Snap, if you want it, is _Dre Cost. My TikTok is Dre Cost. Might start posting on there again. What else? Oh yeah, obviously on all platforms. Dre Cost gonna be dropping some stuff soon. Hopefully,
Here for you coming soon, hopefully.
Here For You will definitely be the first song dropped. Hopefully,
Awesome.
if not the first, the second.
Okay. Well,
Even if it's not the first, there's gonna be some absolute heat.
there you always have heat. Like you have so much shit in the vault already.
Mhm.
Awesome. Okay, well, that wraps up the episode. Thank you for tuning into the pilot episode of the Expressive podcast. And
And remember, aspire to inspire before you expire.
awesome. Okay, I'll see you guys. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at the Expressive Podcast and on Twitter at the Expressivecast. See you guys.